So it was through hardship, loss, trials and tribulations. I felt underpaid, I felt overworked, I was unmotivated, uninspired, miserable, and exhausted.
They say that struggle builds character.
I know you could be a million other places on YouTube, but the fact that you stopped here for a sec, I really appreciate that. So here's my question to you. Have you ever considered flipping houses? Do you think it's something that you want to do, or do you feel like it's too much of a task? How do you feel? Do you think you're ready for that? I talked to a lot of people throughout the years, and a lot of people I run across do want to flip houses, but they feel like it's out of reach or they're afraid. And I'll be honest, it's not for everyone, for sure. But is it for you? Are you curious? And if you are, I just want to share a quick story of how I got into the business. And this may inspire you. And just to clarify, we do flip houses, but I call myself not a house flipper, but I call myself a flip artist. But just know there's a difference between a house flipper and a flip artist. I became a flip artist through hard times, trials and tribulations, and for my love of design and being creative. Me and my wife, Janadia, we got married very young in life, in our early 20s. And at the time, we didn't know what we were doing. We just knew that we were in love and we were going to make it work no matter what. But times were difficult, really difficult. And I fell into this deep depression because at the time, I just wasn't the man that I wanted to be and that I knew I could be. And I wasn't earning enough income to live the life that I wanted us to live. I felt underpaid. I felt overworked. I was unmotivated, uninspired, miserable, and exhausted. And one day I decided I was going to make a life-altering decision. I was going to change my life no matter what. And so one of my goals, always been my life goals, is just to continue to try to get healthier. So that was a priority. And then number two, I wanted to get into real estate. So at the time I worked all day and I went to real estate school at night, and I made it through the school course and it was time to take the school exam. And I felt like this was the answer to my prayers. I'm ready for this. Let's go. So I took the exam and I failed. I took the retest, failed again, but I didn't quit, because if you know me, then you know that nothing is going to stop me from reaching my goal. And I think you should have that same attitude. So I scraped my little coins together and I took the class again. And this time I was ready. So I took the test and I failed. So I took the retest and I finally passed. So yes, here comes the answers to my prayers. So then came the state exam, and I waited way too long to take the state exam. I waited like 5 months and I sat down to take the test, and suddenly everything that I studied and worked hard for was gone. I looked at that screen and I was thinking to myself, what is this? I've never seen this a day in my life. So everything that I learned disappeared from my mind. I failed that state exam not once, not twice, maybe about 5 or 6 times. And I just got to a point where I just could not keep paying for this exam. That same year, I got fired. So let's fast forward a few years, and I was working at this corporate job that I absolutely hated. Now, needless to say that I'm the type that don't really fit into any box or any mold. So of course, I don't fit into corporate America at all. And corporate America made this even more obvious. So after a few weeks, I got fired from that job. And even though I hated that job and everything that it stood for, it was still not a good feeling to lose my only source of income. And from that point, I promised myself that if it was in my power, that I would never allow for anyone else to dictate my livelihood. I'm not going to be put into a box that I don't fit into anyways. I wasn't going to let anyone else put a cap on my finances, my potential, or my income. And I did not want to keep trading my valuable time for this small source of money. So that year, I decided to go back to real estate school. I was ready. So I went through the school, I took the test, and yes, you guessed it, I failed. I took the retest, I failed that one, but I refuse to be defeated. There's no such thing as quit or I can't. If it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it regardless. I don't care how long, well, I do care how long it takes, but no matter what it takes, I'm going to get to my goal. I refuse to be defeated. I'm not going back. I took the retest, and yes, I finally passed. But yeah, I passed. And so I didn't hesitate. I didn't procrastinate this time. I scheduled a state exam and I passed it with flying colors. So a few weeks later, I'm officially in real estate. Now stick with me because all of this is going to come full circle to where I am now. So At this time, I feel like life is starting to transcend in the right direction. And one day my wife, she called me and she found this foreclosure listed on the Home HUD store. As a real estate broker, I had an inside track. We bid on it, and to our surprise, we won. And that's when it got the first thought of becoming an investor, because it was a small, modest house. It needed some work, and it wasn't a dream house or anything like that. But I just said to myself, this is going to be our first investment property. Of course, we're buying it for a primary residence, but this is going to help us to get to another point in the future. It was a fixer-upper that was in a good location, had plenty of potential, had a lot of equity. Never rehabbed the house before. I just looked at a couple YouTube videos and we went moving forward. So we're working on the house and renovating. And then a few months into the renovation, that's when life hit us hard. My father called me about 2:30 in the morning, and when you get that dreaded call early in the morning, something is wrong. And so my father told me that my mother had a stroke, and that moment changed everything. Our lives shifted in a way that we never could have predicted or projected, and that's been definitely a eye-opening moment for us. She's gotten a lot better. She has made dramatic improvement. So we're definitely blessed to still have my family still here with us. Around the same time that my mother had a stroke, a close friend of mine, he experienced a traumatic life event. And one day we were standing in my kitchen, we were talking about the challenges that we were facing, trying to navigate these new normals that we're dealing with, this new pace of life, these new challenges. And I opened up to him, and for some reason I had this inclination or this desire to get to another level. And I don't know how this thought got in my mind, but I said, you know what, I'm going to start flipping houses. I need to get to another point in life, whatever that means. So I'm going to start flipping houses. And to my surprise, he didn't question it, but his response carried an air of comfort. He simply stated, you know what? I think I can help you with that. From that moment, life shifted again. My mentality shifted. And by the end of the year, we were buying houses at the county auction, and I have not looked back since. Now, I do want to state my partner at that point, he had all the capital and the credit. I had everything else. I had the drive and the dedication and the persistence, the vision. But as far as capital, I didn't have it. I just knew that I had a goal, and I knew nothing was going to stop me. That was in 2016. So it was through hardship, loss, trials and tribulations, and relentless effort that I started flipping houses and became a real estate investor. Now, my journey has not been easy. I have lost deals. I have lost money, time, sleep, my peace, and at times maybe a little bit of sanity here and there. But I powered through all these challenges, and a decade of flipping houses later, we're still moving strategically and moving in the right direction. They say that struggle builds character and that there's beauty in the struggle. And I believe that. I've embraced every part of it, and it's helped me to be the person that I am today. And that's why I share this story, not to glorify the wins, but to show you the reality of the road that I've traveled, because life will get in the way, but your mind has to arrive at your destination before your life does, and it has to stay there. And what I mean by that is, it's the journey that you live. It's the events. It's the setbacks. It's the losses. It's the small wins. It's the big wins. It's the learning moments. All of that is the journey to get to the destination. But the destination is there. The journey is right now. And so it's in order to get to where you want to be and to keep trajecting. Is that a word? Trajecting? Yes, that's a word. Trajectory, trajecting, traject, base word, right? But to keep your trajectory... to keep your trajectory going in the direction you want it to. Of course, we're going to have some setbacks and, fail forward sometimes. That's okay. That's part of life. But if you have the right ethos, if you have the right mindset, the right mentality, and you don't give up, nothing will stop you. Being in real estate and flipping houses has not only transformed my life, but it has helped me to navigate unforeseen avenues and to support and uplift others in ways that I never imagined possible. And I've been able to extend a helping hand to those who need it most. And it has been an incredibly fulfilling experience. I've had the privileges of mentoring and coaching new flip artists and real estate investors to become successful in record times. And that has been nothing short of exhilarating. But however, this does transcend past financial gains. This is about being able to transform your life and to impact the lives of others and to create your own freedom and live your life by design. And that's my whole focus, is to live by design. And we live a relatively simple life, and the goal is to simplify even more. However, we do need certain resources for that to happen. And so thankfully, I've been able to keep my freedom and my time, use it in the way that I see that's beneficial, and to create a foundation for my family and my loved ones. And now, with all this experience and knowledge and insight that I have gained over the years, if this is something that you're interested in becoming a real estate investor and a flip artist to flip houses, I would love to walk this path with you and show you how we were able to do it, and to walk this path with you to help you reach and exceed your goals and live your life by your own design. Now, you may think to yourself, what exactly is a flip artist? For me, it's very in-depth, but I'll try to give you a very short answer for right now. It's taking a house or taking a property and seeing it as a canvas to create art. It's designing to a high level, knowing how to transform a house into a home that's aesthetically pleasing, that is highly functional, that is desirable, and let's not forget, very valuable. But it's also knowing how to find the right opportunities, aka properties, how to work with people, and how to work with people that have these properties that are motivated to sell to you, being able to sell if it's a great investment, knowing your numbers, and having the right mindset. This all encompasses being a flip artist. And if this is something that you're interested in, then you're in the right place. So let me ask you again, are you ready to flip houses at a high level and become a flip artist? It's not for everyone, but it could be for you. And I'm excited to share that we are relaunching and rebuilding our signature system, the art and power of flipping, the Flip Artist Blueprint by House of Storm. That's us. If you're interested, check out the description. The link will be there. All of the resources and the information is there to take you to the right place to be. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was inspiring. I hope this was encouraging. And I hope you're ready. And if you are, then we're ready, willing, and able to help you get to your goal. So thanks for stopping in, spending some time with me. I like seeing you here, and I hope you come back. And if you never see me again, I hope you have the best life ever. But I hope I see you at the next video. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.